Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'll be doing a company update. The last one I did was over 9 months ago. I've decided to make one today because recently, as you can tell, I reached 25 billion company value, which marks the milestone of being halfway there to get to Legend 1, which requires 50 billion of course. Let's begin with the shops. I have in total 55. I have 4 fishermen. They are not that profitable, but I just have them there, I guess. If I need to add more shops, I might delete them, but we'll see. Next, I have 4 whitewood store over here. I recently bought this one. That's why it only has 4 shelves. I haven't watched the ads to reduce the cost for it. These are good in terms of profit. They're just too expensive to add more of them. They're basically like the tech store ones. They're super expensive. I also have 9 pharmacies, and then I have 7 jewelry shops. The jewelry shops are great, but the problem with adding more of them or expanding your jewelry shops is the issue of having to discover the gold land. You cannot really rely on finding gold for free. You always have to spend the coins just to discover the land. And the issue is you can only buy one gold mine per day. So that's kind of the problem with them. So you're always gonna have to, run in the problem of not having enough gold to produce your, to keep your factories running. And then I just have 5 luxury jewelry shops, and of course I have 7 car spare parts. These are probably my most profitable shops because I have high quality for these products. The products that I'm selling in them, they're quite high quality. I also have 5 oil offices, and then I have a bunch of supermarkets. I have 10. To top it off, I have 4 tech stores over here. I still haven't unlocked the last shelf for these 3 over here because again, I haven't watched the ads for them and I don't want to waste just coins buying them because if I go buy it right now, it's gonna cost me 225, which is a bit too expensive. This one is also 225, and this one I think it's more expensive. Yeah, 475, which is, of course, you're just gonna, invest some time in it and just watch some ads, and then it's going to be a lot less than that. So let's move on. For the agriculture or for the fields, I just have 5 of each, 5 of each, products over here, 5 fields per single one. So I have pistachios, almonds, and dates. These 3 are only produced just to be sold in the supermarkets, the 10 supermarkets that I have. For the walnuts over here, I only produce them just to do contracts. Sometimes I get walnut contracts, and it's more profitable to do contracts with the products that you're producing because you don't have to buy it. And for the rubber, it's just I need it for the tire factories. So I have tire factories, and they need rubber as a material to produce stuff. For livestock, I only have bee farms, and then some fish farms over here. I have 8 bee farms. They're not enough to supply 10 supermarkets, of course. But I just couldn't bother because I don't want to fill up my warehouse basically. So I'd rather be short on it, basically stores than be producing more of it. So yeah, I just have 8 bee farms and then 6 fish farms over here. So let's go move on to the factories, the one that's really just important. So I have 49 in total, and it's just a vast variations. I produce almost everything. Everything that I'm selling, I produce. Everything that I produce over here, like the materials I produce myself, except for like something like stuff that I don't need more, lot of it. Basically, for example, the screws for the engines. Also, I buy the lead because honestly, for me at least, I don't think it's worth it to buy a factory for something that you really need like couple of thousand per each production cycle. Instead you're gonna produce like 100,000 of it and it's just gonna sit in your warehouse doing nothing, collecting dust. And most people don't really buy those. They're not really in high demand. So I just rather keep the factories like only stuff that I really need, like a lot of them. So I have the smartphone factories, some gold processing factories, some mainboard one, battery, computer hardware, computer factory, glass, steel, streaming factory, electrical goods. As you can see, it's just vast stuff, like a lot of factories, and just scattered all over the place. Of course, I have a lot of medicine ones. This is actually not enough. The amount of medicine factories, even though it's a lot, it's not enough to supply my stores. It's just not even close. Some CPU factory, cables, some tire factories, like just a random selection over here. Basically, this is the stuff that I sell. I sell and I also use for production and stuff, except for this one. I think the copper pipes, I don't really need anything. I just sell them on the player market. And of course, I have like 100% quality. It gives you a little bit of money, which is not bad. It also helps me balance the copper because I have some mines. I don't need like two. Not that I don't need two. Like if I put two copper mines without having producing this, I'm always gonna have like a surplus of copper. So I'd rather build this factory, and then the surplus of copper is gonna go towards this factory, and it's gonna make me a bit extra money, even though I'm selling to all like different players. It's not the maximum profit, but it's some profit. For the mines, I have 4 gold. I'm probably gonna need to build 5 because I'm starting to run out of gold. I also have 3 aluminum mines over here. I have 2 copper mines, 1 zinc, 3 iron, and lots of silver, 6 to be exact, and 6 again of chemical material. Sorry, 2 coal mines, a lithium mine, and then a bunch of oil. I have 7 of them, 7 oil wells. And finally, I just have 3 silica sand, mainly to just produce I believe it's used to produce the CPUs and also the glass, but mainly the glass. The glass is is the one that really consumes a lot of it. So let's move on to the side jobs over here. So side jobs, I have leveled it up to level 28. I'm leveling it right now to 29. It's gonna take a day and something like that. So the side job is kind of good. It's really good. I'm currently making around, let's say, 12 to 16 million every day, and just pure profit, which is really nice. It's very good. I'd say it's like 10% of my profit overall, which is really good. For the restaurant, yeah, I haven't touched it. It's pointless in my opinion. It's only good when you start out, and that's about it. And for the garage over here, or for the contracts, I have a level 12 garage. It's really expensive to upgrade. Right now, it's 150 million for the next level. It's worth it, of course, because you make a lot of money from contracts if you want to just invest in that. And I have 12 vehicles, and only I'm using like B2, like not B2, but the cart inside trailer and the flatbed. The only reason why is because this one requires B1 drivers and then B2. Normally, what I used to run was the tanker over here. I used to run the tanker trailer and the flatbed ones, but the problem with it is it's B5, and sometimes I'm having trouble finding drivers that are B5 licensed. Of course, you can train them. You can go ahead and train your drivers to be B5, even if they're like A license or whatever. 25 per each level, but I don't want to waste the coins like that. So I'd rather just drop the tier of my trailers down a little bit, and then just skip drivers all along, which is really nice. For contracts, it's making a good amount of money. I don't really know exactly how much, but I think it makes the same as the side job for me anyways. I'm not really getting any crazy big contracts, as you can tell. The maximum one is like 6 million. Rarely I get still contracts, and those are the ones that really make you a good amount of money. Sometimes like 19 million, 15 million, which is good. For research, if I live here, I have a bunch of 100% research, as you can tell. It's mainly like primary raw materials that are 100%, like gold, like silica sand, glass, rubber, silicone, aluminum. Like a lot of those are 100%. They're pretty quick and cheap to do. But yeah, right now I'm focusing on the texture stuff. As you can tell, this touch screen and zinc is gonna be at 100%. Those two I need to make stuff for the texture. So those are gonna be finishing in like 10 hours, and then 4 hours. That's gonna be really good. Yeah, next I'm probably gonna do graphics card and I don't know, electronic materials, anything that's gonna go towards improving the quality of the texture product, of course. So yeah. For my daily profit over here, I make around, I'd say 200 million per day in profits, sometimes less, sometimes more. It depends really. And for taxes, I pay about 50 million daily in taxes. So that's leaving me with like 150 million in every day. That's basically pure profit. In total, I have 238 businesses, that including the land, of course. So land is also included in that, even if you don't really use it for mines. So yeah, the last thing is the bag over here. I have a bunch of items. I have a lot of campaign ads. These are really useful. I just forget to use them. I have a lot of quality cards. They're pretty much useless. I don't see the point of them at all. Uh, I have some side job boost over here. I rarely use them. So yeah, I just joined the side jobs that are already started with players. There's no point opening more. So yeah, there's 71 R&D teams. I'm starting to run out actually. I used to have like 120 of these, but since I'm doing 5 Qs in research, I always need to spend one of these cards to get going. Yeah, I have a lot of restaurant energy because you can see because I never really do it. The side job energy is just the one they already had, and then 11 speed change cards over here, and then I don't really have any of these other ones. So yeah, these are just for contracts really, for the contract system. If you go into the rankings over here, like the global rankings, so I go all time. Currently, I'm actually ranked. Let me just load it. Currently, I'm ranked 230 in the game, which is not too bad. I'm nowhere close to the top players, of course. These guys are pulling some crazy numbers, like 300 million just to be in the top 10. 400 actually. It's pretty high numbers over here. The number one company in the game is like 1.3 trillion. They have 270 businesses, and somehow they're just this valued. I'm probably guessing they have like a bunch of stores and they just keep spamming them, even though they're expensive. But yeah, this is really impressive. This guy basically maxed out Legend 5, like crazy stuff. Before I end the video, I'd appreciate it if you use my invite code. If you go to the third like icon over here, if you scroll down, like next to your account, there's like an invite link over there or a button. If you click it, there's a place where you can insert the invite code. If you can just copy the code over here, this is my invite code, and just paste it and use it. What it does is that every time you reach like a milestone, there's like I believe 4 of them, 4 rewards. These ones, there's milestones in the game. Whenever you reach them, I receive some coins. Basically, the first one I get 25, the second 50, third 75, and the last is 100. I mean, if you could use it, of course, that would be kind of you. But if you don't, that's chiefly, I guess, to do whatever you want. But yeah, if you could just use this code and copy and paste it, that would be really, I would really appreciate it, basically. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.